Today, we're going to be discussing healthy habits to help your kids thrive academically, physically, and mentally. Whether you're a student, parent, or educator, this episode is packed with insights and tips to help the school year be the most valuable one yet. When it comes to healthy habits, even though we know better, we don't always do better. Back to school can be both exhilarating and overwhelming for both students and parents as we wind down the summer days and shift gears back to establishing a back to school routine that sets the stage for a successful, enjoyable year for all. Here's a few tips for a smooth, stress-free transition while incorporating essential habits. I know it can be overwhelming, whether you're a working mom or a stay-at-home mom. I've done both, and switching gears from summer mode to back to school mode is not easy. I preach healthy habits, but to be honest, I know how easy it is to get out of those habits and how hard it is to get back into those habits. While I knew many of the things that I'm going to talk about today, incorporating them into our daily routine was another story altogether. You may have different routines in the summer, or you may have kept them the same. Either way, mindset is going to help manage the chaos and meltdowns. Planning ahead, having a checklist for essential tasks, school supplies, uniforms, backpacks, lunchbox, shoes. Planning ahead is going to help reduce last-minute stress. Creating a family calendar, setting up a calendar to track school events, extracurricular activities, and important school dates, color-coded by family members, will help keep you organized and avoid scheduling conflicts. Streamline your morning routine. Cutting up fruits and vegetables and putting them in containers is one thing that you can do. Also preparing healthy grab-and-go breakfast for busy mornings. My daughter was an ice skater, and sometimes we left at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. She would skate before school. If I was not prepared, we ran through Dunkin' Donuts. I'm pretty sure all that sugar fed the cancer for all those years. I knew it wasn't healthy, but it was easy. I was not a good planner, and I still am not a good planner. Setting realistic goals is important. If your kids are older, you may have different goals than they have. So make sure you talk things out and set realistic goals so no one is disappointed. It's going to be good not only for you, but for their mental status as well. Life challenges come up and you are their safe place. I was 38 when I had my daughter. So there was a huge generation gap as far as how I was raised and parented and what I thought needed to happen based on what is going on in the world that we live in today. So I learned a lot about myself, the world, and empathy as a parent. I've learned to adjust my mindset. Things are very different from when I was her age. So encourage open communication and make sure they have a safe space to tell what they're thinking, and that will reduce any anxieties that they have. Emphasizing positivity and positive attitude is going to be exciting, especially if your kids don't like to go to school like my daughter. It's an opportunity for growth, learning, and making new friends. When she was in first grade, she told her teacher they were not very efficient in time management and they wasted her time. She didn't need to be there for 6 hours for what they were doing. They could have cut it down to 3 or 4 hours in first grade, if that tells you anything about my daughter. She hated school. Keeping communication open is going to be really important for getting your kids through school. Fostering independence, having them pack their own school lunches, cleaning their rooms, helping them build confidence in doing tasks. I gave my daughter tasks that she needed to do, and we do whatever our parents did. We do what we know. We all want our kids to grow up and be healthy, live independent lives, and thrive. So the skills that we teach are going to help them when they're on their own, when they go to college. But we also need to practice flexibility and adapt to what happens. We know things happen and nothing is perfect. So we need to focus on progress rather than perfection because nothing is perfect. I'm also going to talk a little bit about being mindful, practicing mindfulness. And I know it's a buzzword, but by mindfulness, I mean practicing a moment of reflection, what you're grateful for, and breathing. Breathing through your nose, 4 seconds in your nose, hold 4 seconds and breathe out. It helps reduce anxiety. It helps reduce stress. It helps increase focus. I wish I would have known this when my daughter was younger and helped her regulate her emotions. Breathing through your nose can help that and reduce anxiety. If your child is not breathing through the nose, if they have open mouth posture while they're doing homework or watching TV, this is another conversation. Click the link below and schedule a call for me. We want to look into why are they breathing through their mouth. We also want to have a sleep schedule. Going back to school, we had to start preparing a couple weeks before, getting up early because we were going to bed later and sleeping in later. Establishing that sleep routine is going to ensure that they're resting well and being awake through the day. Understanding the role of sleep, quality sleep, and cognitive cognitive function and learning is important. Our world is bustling, and sleep is a fundamental pillar for our kids to grow and thrive. When we're sleeping and when we're in our REM sleep, that's when we restore our memories. That's when our body repairs, when we get that restful sleep. Sleep should never be underestimated because it plays a profound role in learning, regulating emotions. Sleep optimizes the neural connections, strengthening our knowledge. If the sleep cycle is disrupted for whatever reason, it disrupts the growth hormone, the cortisol, increases your blood pressure, increases weight gain. Breathing through our nose gives us 18% more oxygen to our brain. When our kids are breathing through our mouth at night, they're not going through 4 stages of sleep. They might just be tossing and turning. They might flip upside down. Their sheets or pillows might be on the floor. They might wet the bed. They might get up and go to the bathroom in the night. They might have night terrors. All of these things affect quality of sleep. Prioritizing restful sleep is going to improve their creativity, their intention. It increases their well-being. If kids have disrupted sleep, they might have dark circles under their eyes. If you're seeing any of this, they could have sleep disordered breathing. They could have a tongue tie. My daughter was struggling with this stuff, and they wanted to put her on ADHD medications. So when I went to the doctor, I said she only acts this way when she's tired. As a dental hygienist, I had no idea that your tongue position had to do with how you're sleeping and how you're breathing. This is something that we struggled with and why I went down this rabbit hole and why I talk about this. This is really important to your child. If you notice your kids are having any of these issues, it's going to affect their ability to thrive and sleep. Look into that. Ask questions, reach out to me. When you're mouth breathing, you're getting kicked out of that circadian rhythm and you're always in fight or flight. You're not getting the rest that you need. So this is going to be important to your child being able to function if they're not sleeping properly. So you can take a video of them about 90 minutes after they fall asleep and see, are they sleeping with their mouth open? They might not necessarily have sleep apnea, which is what a lot of the sleep studies look for. And they'll tell you your kid is fine, but they're not. They're still mouth breathing and it is disrupting their sleep and they're in fight or flight when they're sleeping. If you notice any of these symptoms, please reach out to me or have that checked out. Toothbrushing in the morning and at night. In the morning, it's going to be an essential part of your hygiene because when you're mouth breathing and you're not sleeping, it's drying out all of that tissue in your mouth, making you more susceptible to gum disease and cavities. You can wake up with bad breath. When you brush your teeth, it signals your brain that hygiene matters, encouraging you to create good habits. It freshens your breath after a long night's sleep, and it removes that biofilm plaque and bacteria that build up on your teeth while you sleep at night. When you disrupt that plaque and bacteria, the foods that you eat aren't feeding that bacteria and creating acid. So it's definitely going to protect your teeth. You can decide if you're going to brush your teeth when you get up in the morning or after breakfast. Just know that if you eat something acidic, you want to wait 30 minutes before brushing your teeth or swish with water to balance the pH. Brushing your teeth boosts confidence, helps with self-esteem, and leaves you more prepared to face challenges through the day. When it comes to brushing your teeth, establishing a routine is going to be very helpful. If you only brush at night before you go to bed, it's 24 hours that all of this stuff is sitting on your teeth. So find fun, creative ideas to make toothbrushing enjoyable and being able to fit it in your routine. Prioritizing self-care, washing your face, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, getting ready in the morning, putting your clothes on, a balanced diet. All of these are going to be really important for your routine and your health. Then we're talking about a bedtime routine. Brushing at night, you want to remove all that debris that's been on your teeth so they're not sitting on your teeth at night when you're sleeping, wreaking havoc, especially if you're a mouth breather. Reading a book to help reduce stress, communication, focus, well-being, and family-centered approach for a new school year, entering it with confidence and enthusiasm. If you found this episode enjoyable, please share. Make a comment below if there's anything I forgot that might be helpful, that might help someone else, because it truly does take a community learning from the people around you. Here's to a successful, fulfilling year ahead. As always, a healthy mouth is a healthy body and a happy, healthy life. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.